Hey everyone, Martinello here from Above the Wreckage. Today we're going to be talking about ways to save time and improve workflow by creating default channel strips and presets and how to save project templates. Okay, so here we are in Ableton. This is just a fresh new project. This is what it looks like. It's very basic. So we're going to go through some ways that you can kind of spice this up and make it your own so that whenever you open Ableton, it's set to your settings, how you like it, and you can just get to work right away. So let's head over to the arrangement view. This is just a view I prefer to look at. So it starts with 2 MIDI tracks and 2 audio. This is the standard way that Ableton is set up. I'm going to delete it and we're going to focus on just a MIDI channel to start. So the first thing that you can do in a MIDI channel is you need to have a synth or some sort of instrument to create sound. I typically like to start my projects and my channels with a piano of some sort. So what I'm going to do is just come here. I'm going to drop a grand piano on here, and I might tune the grand piano however which way I like. And then what I can do is right click on here and click save as a default preset. And once I do that, this is asking me if I want to overwrite what already exists because I've already pre-saved. So I'm just going to hit yes. So this is going to be my new preset. Every single time that I put a grand piano on a channel, it's going to show up with this preset. Now I can do this with everything that I typically use. Again, you can customize this any way you want. I'm going to do it quickly just for the sake of the video, just to give you a quick idea. Typically you're going to start off with some sort of EQ. You might have a utility for some gain staging. I use delay quite often, reverb, and an auto filter. So this would be a very basic channel strip for me. Again, it's not going to be exactly how I would do it every time. At least when I open my channel strip, this stuff shows up and then I can tweak it, add or remove anything that I need as I go. You can see here on some of my plugins, like my EQ8, I've got a basic cutoff already. My utility, I already have pre-saved to have -10 dB. And the delay, the reverb, and the auto filter are just in general settings of where I would normally start with. Again, I would go through and tweak this depending on the song or whatever it is that I'm working on. So once I have all of this stuff set and saved how I like it, I go over to my actual channel strip, right click, and select save as default MIDI track. Do I want to overwrite? Again, I have a default set already. I'm just going to hit yes. So now every time that I come here and insert a MIDI track, this is what the channel is going to look like. This is going to pop up right away every time. Now you can do the exact same thing with an audio track as well. So let's set that up. So I right click and add audio track, come over here. I'm going to throw on my EQ8. I'm going to throw on maybe, again, a reverb. Let's put the same stuff, delay, auto filter, utility, and we want to line this up. Perfect. Now I'm going to right click, save as default audio track, click yes, and there we go. So now every time I add a MIDI track or an audio track, this is exactly what's going to show up. Okay, so now that I have my MIDI and my audio channels default set, I can take this even one step further and create a whole template of channels. And I would have to save them a little bit differently. So what I would do is create another channel on the side here, and you could create anything. You could create a vocal channel, you could create an effects channel, bass channel, whatever it is that you prefer to use. Once you have all of those set, you come over here to where it says File, and you're going to select Save Live Set as a default set. So when I do that, you'll see it pop down here. I can save it and call it whatever I want. I'm just going to call this one Test and hit Enter. Great. So now when I close Ableton, and we're going to get right out of here, I'm not going to save this project, and I'm going to launch it again down here. And when I open it, you're going to see that what I had just pre-saved as the default is going to pop up now every single time I open Ableton. Boom, there we go. I have my MIDI preset and my audio preset defaults. Now, a way that we can take this even further to organize yourself, I'm going to open up a project of mine that I have. This one is pretty much finished. This is like a pre-master version of this. Let's let it get open here. Takes a second. All right, so I've opened up a full project here. This is a finished project. This isn't the master project file, but it is a relatively finished project. So what I can do here, say this is a progressive trance track, and I want to keep this as a template for any future progressive tracks that I might make. I can come here where it says File, and I'm going to click Save Live Set as a template. Now, the difference between saving as a template and a default set, as we did before, the default set is what's going to populate whenever you open Ableton. So every time you open it, whatever the default setting is, that's what's going to pop up. But if I save this as a template here, it's going to go directly to my template files, and I can call this, say, prog trance, and I'm just going to save the project here. So now if I want to start a new progressive trance project, I could come in here and I could select this. I'm going to open it up, and this is what's going to pop up. And then I would go in and start making my changes and start producing. Again, this is something that you can really customize to yourself any way that you prefer. Mine is set up to my tastes, and you can set up yours to your own tastes. All right, so that's it for today's video. I hope you enjoyed it. Please give us a like, a follow, subscribe, share, whatever. It goes a long way for us, and we really do appreciate it. If there's anything that you see in the video you have a question about, or you want us to make a video on something specific, please let us know in the comments, and I'll do my best. That's it for me. We'll catch you next time.